In our lesson today, I would like to show you how easily you can locate your angles using radian measures around the coordinates and around your circle. So most important, you need to familiarize yourself with the radian angles, at least in the first quadrant. So measure angles like pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, and pi over 2. So pi over 6, that will be 30 degrees. Pi over 4 is 45 degrees. And pi over 3, 6 degrees. And pi over 2, 90 degrees. So my 30 degrees would be equivalent to pi over 6. Then I'll have halfway in there, I'll have my 45 degrees. And that's equivalent to pi over 4. And my 60 degrees, that's equivalent to pi over 3. And then here, of course, my pi over 2. Very important that you know these. Now, what happens if I need to know an angle such as 2 pi over 3? Well, the way I look at it, instead of changing this to degrees and try to find it, which would be easy, but a quicker way, if you want to stay within the radians, you can look at 2 pi over 3, and that is a pi over 3 from pi, right? If I add a pi over 3 to 2 pi over 3, I'm going to get pi. That's 3 pi over 3. 2 pi plus pi, that's 3 pi over 3, and that's pi. So I know that the 2 pi over 3 is a pi over 3 away from pi in the other direction. And pi over 3 is 60 degrees. So if you already know that, then you can locate it. And if you familiarize yourself with this concept, you'll be able to find whatever angles you're looking for. So let's say I am looking for 3 pi over 4. Well, if I add a pi over 4 to that, that's going to give me 4 pi over 4, which is pi. So actually, 3 pi over 4 is a pi over 4 away from pi. Come to pi and say, a pi over 4 is halfway here. So my 3 pi over 4 will be right here. Instead of changing 3 pi over 4, it is 150 degrees, yes. But stay within the radian family. Let's continue working on something, maybe 7 pi over 6. A 7 pi over 6, if you subtract a pi over 6 from it, that gives you 6 pi over 6, which is pi. So my 7 pi over 6 is a pi over 6 away from pi, right? I subtracted the pi over 6. So a pi over 6, which is pi over 6, that's 30 degrees. That's pi over 6, or 30 degrees. That's why it's important to know your basics. And this is your pi. Then this is going to be your 7 pi over 6. Let's try something a little bit more complicated, or at least it seems like it. Let's do 21 pi over 4. Again, if you want to multiply by 180 and divide by 4, you can. You're going to have with a big number. The easiest way to do this is just go ahead and take 21, divide that by 4, gives you 5, 20, you have 1. That means a pi over 4 left. So actually, 21 pi over 4 is really 5 pi plus a pi over 4. So now, 5 pi. So this is 2 pi, or 360 degrees, right? And this is a pi here. So if we go around, once, that's 2 pi. Twice, that's 4 pi, plus a pi. That will give us 5 pi. So this angle, 5 pi plus a pi over 4. So pi over 4 is halfway here. That is exactly what a 21 pi over 4 is. And you can apply this method for much, much more complicated examples. The same concept that I showed you.